Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Max, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Max's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Max has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, Max is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Max take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Max heel, and you're going to simply start walking where Max should fall in line, heeling appropriately on your left-hand side. He should be keeping pace with you, whether you're walking at a faster pace or a slower pace, and he should not be lagging behind on that leash nor lunging ahead and pulling. If he is to do so, tell him no, followed by a tug and release on that training collar, and repeat the command to heel. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit, which you just saw occur, so anytime that you're out walking with Max and you stop, he should sit nicely right there at your left heel position. Again, if he does not follow through, tell him no, tug and release on the correction collar towards the rear, and give the command to sit. Good boy. The next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and walk out to the end of the training leash, and Max should remain seated in this position and should not break. This is a great command to practice often with Max to help build up his ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. When you're practicing at home, start at about 1 minute, and you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit-stay. If Max was to break, you just tell him no, go back, put him in a sit-stay, and repeat the command. And now when Fred returns back, he walks all the way around behind in a counterclockwise motion, returning so that Max is once again in heel position on his left-hand side. And they're going to demonstrate that heel automatic sit and stay for you again. Open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle, the command to stay out to the end of the leash. Now Fred's going to give him a moment to hold his sit-stay, and then they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come command. Call Max in using his name in a happy tone where he should get up and come in and sit directly in front of you. And he returns to heel position by heeling around the back of you on your right-hand side, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. Great job, and we'll show that again. Leave him in a sit-stay, walk out to the end of your leash. Give him a moment to hold his sit-stay. Call him in using his name in a friendly tone. He should come in and sit right in front of you. And around the back. Sitting nicely. Good boy, Max. It's very important to make sure that Max is having fun when working through his obedience commands, and you can do this by using lots of motivation through positive reinforcement, whether you're physically praising him and giving him a little pet on the head, or verbally praising him and telling him good boy. Let's make it a fun experience for him. Good boy. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands. It's down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, at this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give that stay command and walk out to the end of your leash. And with the down stay, Max should remain laying down and should not break. And again, this is another command that you're going to want to practice often to help build up his ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And when you're working on the down stay at home, you start at about 3 minutes, and you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. Again, if he breaks command, go back, tell him no, put him back in a down stay, and repeat. Fred's going to walk all the way around again, counterclockwise. Good boy. And although you're going to be incorporating all of your commands into your everyday activities and practicing them and generalizing throughout the day, you want to be setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Max in a formal obedience training session, such as this video here. It's great practice for the both of you, and it will help with the transition of new rules back into the household. See, he went to get up from the down, and Fred said no, and he self-corrected himself. That's why it's very important to use the word no. Now Fred's going to demonstrate the come command from the down position this time. Again, first time when he breaks the command, first word out of your mouth should be no, followed by a correction on the correction collar if he doesn't self-correct himself. That's why it's very important to use the word no, because they learn to associate no with the correction. And then this last command they're demonstrating is the down from a distance, which is the second of our down commands. Leave Max in a sit stay, walk out to the end of your training leash, and from the end of the leash, use your right hand to give Max the down command, where he should go into a down directly where he is sitting. And he should go all the way down. Good boy. Now what Fred and Max are demonstrating for you is a little off leash here. What Fred did was leave Max in a sit stay, and he dropped his leash and he increased the amount of distance between himself and Max. And now he'll walk back, returning back to heel position, put Max in a down, leave him in a stay. Now this is something that you'll be able to work up to with Max if you're very diligent with your on-leash training. You want to make sure that he's being compliant with you all the time on his leash and collar before you start to drop it. So that way if you need to correct him, you'll have his collar right there and his leash. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Max has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Max, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.